You're fired. You're fired.
1,000 employees. That's how many have been terminated from the National Park Service, and an estimated overall funding cut of about $500 million, roughly 15% of its budget. Since the start of President Trump's second term with the new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, under Elon Musk, national parks across the country are scrambling before the summer of 2025 approaches, which has me wondering, how are these budget and staffing cuts going to affect our next park visit? Welcome back, everybody, to American Travel Fun. I'm Chuck, your host, and today we're taking a data-driven look at the Trump administration's drastic layoffs and funding cuts at the National Park Service. I'm going to break down which parks have been hit the hardest, from least affected to the most affected, and explore how these staffing and funding reductions are impacting operations as summer 2025 approaches. And we'll also go through a couple real-world cases and some unusual facts and a couple unexpected safety tips that will reveal the true cost of these cuts. Now on with the show. And start with number one, we have Blue Ridge Parkway, Virginia and North Carolina. Spanning 469 miles through the scenic Blue Ridge Mountains, this iconic roadway is renowned for its breathtaking views and favored for road trips. And despite receiving 15 million visitors annually, one employee has been terminated, and its funding cuts were about $5 million, which is approximately 2% of its operating budget. And what are they expecting the operational impact to be there? Minor delays in routine maintenance and emergency response on remote sections, which this is in the mountains, you really don't want that. I've been out there in that area. It's nice, it's beautiful, but it's steep. And like always, drivers should actually carry roadside emergency equipment, a little kit of sorts. You know what you need. I'm not going to tell you. This ain't that channel. But especially now, if you're going to be taking some of these more scenic routes that go through national parks or that are ran by the National Park Service, the maintenance may not be up to par. They may not be able to come out and help you if you have an accident or run off the road or end up hitting some wildlife, car trouble, who knows. And number 9, we have Cape Lookout National Seashore in North Carolina. Located on the remote barrier island, Cape Lookout offers pristine beaches and rugged natural beauty and accessible only by boat. And I am so jealous. I want to go to see that one. I did not know that this place existed until I did this. I've got to go see this. Got to put this on my bucket list. With one employee terminated and an estimated funding cut of around $2 million, about 1.5% of its budget, this park's tight-knit operations are very vulnerable to disruption. Some of the possible impact issues that they're looking at are potential issues with ferry service coordination and visitor orientation. And number 8, we have the Guilford Courthouse National Military Park in North Carolina. This is a compact, historical, rich Revolutionary War battlefield who educates visitors on pivotal moments in American history. And they will be losing 3 employees and an estimated $1 million in funding, around 2% of their budget, which could hinder its ability to offer interactive historical programs and possible delays in guided tours and maintenance of monuments. And apparently a couple of local historical societies have noted that fewer live reenactments have been happening since the actual staffing cuts already. It's already happened, and it's probably only going to get worse. And number 7, we have the Outer Banks Group of National Parks in North Carolina. This is encompassing the Wright Brothers National Memorial, Cape Hatteras National Seashore, and Fort Raleigh. These parks blend natural beauty with rich cultural history. Collectively, there's a loss of 6 employees and an estimated funding cut of around $3 million, which is roughly 2.5% of their funding budget. And what kind of operational impacts are they looking at? Well, it could disrupt key visitor services and interpretive programs, reduce visitor center hours, fewer guided programs, and delays in permit processing. Some local tourism officials warn that minor cuts here could significantly disrupt summer beach operations throughout the entire area. You know, the one place is linked to another. You go there for the park, you end up staying at a hotel, you go out to eat, you go grab a slice of pizza at a pizzeria, you go to a mom and pop shop, you buy a knickknack, a memorabilia. You go back to the beach, you go back to the park, what have you. It all adds up in the end. You pay tolls and taxes, funding for the people, funding for the city. It can mean a lot for some of these communities. And moving on to number 6, we have Zion National Park in Utah. Famed for its dramatic red rock canyons and popular hiking trails, Zion draws millions of visitors each year. Even though they draw millions of visitors each year, 11 employees have been terminated and an estimated $15 million in cuts from their budget, which is 4% roughly. And what kind of operational impacts are possible? Well, the park faces severe challenges in managing the shuttle system and maintaining trails, increased shuttle wait times, delayed trail maintenance, and heightened safety risk during peak season. And just to go back to the whole shuttle thing, And while researching this video, I did find this really bizarre occurrence that happened just recently. Apparently there's been some reports, now I don't know how true it is or not, this is just what I read, that apparently there are some hikers that have reported unexpected overnight waits due to the reduced staffing. Yeah, so basically they were there during the day, they ended up staying overnight, to the next day, they finally got to go home. That's nuts. I'm not saying it's a true story, but that is just one of some things that could possibly actually happen. I mean, get a staffing cut. Oh, I thought Joe did it. No, I thought Mike did it. Oh, well, I was supposed to do it. Oh, damn. And there you go. And number 5, Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado. Home to towering peaks and diverse alpine ecosystems, Rocky Mountain National Park is a haven for hikers and nature enthusiasts. With 12 employees terminated and an estimated $20 million in funding cuts, around 4.5% of their funding budget, some of the operational impacts that they're expecting are concerns about maintaining its reservation system and extensive network of trails, and reduced emergency response capacity, which for Rocky Mountain National Park, again, you don't want that. It's a big area, and not only is it wide, it's very high, very steep. You can't just fly in necessarily everywhere and pick up the person and fly out. And you gotta be able to find the person to start with. If you're missing, you want people who know the trails. You don't want Tom, Dick, and Harry from town who have been on that trail maybe once or twice, about 2-3 years ago, but they're not quite sure because it was, fall, so everything kind of looks alike with no leaves and all the rocks and everything. Yeah, you don't want those guys coming to look for you. They'll never find you. You want the professionals who have actually been on those trails about 30, 40 times in a week for 4, 5, 10, 20, 30 years. You want those guys to come find you because they know where you're most likely to be. Local guides have already reported an increase in wait times for shuttle services and reservation processing, leading to visitor frustration. So yeah, you already got irate, starting to get PO'd customers and visitors. Summer heat hasn't even kicked in yet. And number 4, we have the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, which straddles both North Carolina and Tennessee. As the nation's most visited park, the Great Smoky Mountains are celebrated for their lush forests and rich cultural heritage. And being one of the most visited parks in the country and losing 12 employees and an estimated $25 million in cuts, which is about 5%, is really going to hurt the park. It's a beautiful park, a beautiful part of the country. And, Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area is really great for entertainment, eating out, couples, families, honeymoons, weekenders. It's great for all ages and all types. Cutting this is going to cut back on all the rest. You cut back on this, people are going to get frustrated. It's going to go trickle downhill eventually into the communities. I've been out there. It's a great place. I love it out there. I was out last winter. It was really great. And what are they expecting for an operational impact out there? Reduced visitors center capacity, delays in trail and road maintenance, and potential cutbacks in interpretive programs. And the park does have a long-standing reliance on volunteer support, which they may need more this year than most, which is not a bad idea for anybody who's kind of bored this year and has nothing to do over the summer. You may want to go and volunteer at a national park if you're close by or have the capability to do it. They could use it. And number 3, we have Carlsbad Cavern National Park in New Mexico. Famous for its stunning limestone caverns and mesmerizing bat flights, Carlsbad Cavern attracts hundreds of thousands of visitors each year. And with 14 employees terminated and estimated $10 million in funding cuts, around 3.5%, the park does face significant challenges in maintaining its specialized underground tours and delicate ecosystems, as one park official had said. And what's the possible operational impact here? Potentially cancellation of guided tours, compromised cave maintenance, and delayed visitor services. Going back to the statements from earlier, and there are currently staff reports that indicate that the sudden loss of trained guides has already led to cancellation in tours, directly affecting the visitor experience as of right now, already. So it didn't take long. These cuts happened, within the past, 30 days, I believe, from the time I'm publishing this, roughly, where they're already having issues. And again, this is what I read on the internet, whether that part is true or not. If you live there and you know, or if you've been recently, please let me know. Actually, if anybody has been to any of these parks here recently and you have seen or not seen what I'm talking about, let me know down in the comments. I really want to know, because this is just information that I have gotten from news reports, the national park, the government itself, and tallied it all together, put it here and said, this is what I see. You let me know what you've seen and we'll see how it compares. I'd love to know, because I only know what I've read.
You're fired.
You let me know what you've seen. And moving on to number 2, we have Everglades National Park in Florida. Spanning 1.5 million acres of unique wetlands, Everglades is critical for its diverse ecosystem and attracts over 1 million visitors each year. The loss of 15 employees and an estimated $30 million in funding cuts, about 6%, threatens essential programs such as boat tours and wildlife monitoring. And what are some of the possible operational impacts that they're looking at? Less or smaller ranger-led programs, delays in maintaining the boardwalks and trails, which is not a good thing. I have not been here, but I have seen these boardwalks, and they're just above the water. I mean, you don't want to have a hole you walk through and bam, there goes your foot. You don't want that. And reduce conservation efforts, like I stated earlier. And unfortunately, this is one of those weird tips I was telling you about. You may want to actually try to get a guided tour. Now, yes, I know they're probably going to be cutting some of those, but if you can, you might want to get a guided tour. That way you actually know where not to walk. You know, I mean, if be lacking on the maintenance for the boardwalk, which is what they say that they're worried about, you want to know that they did maintenance this boardwalk, or at least you have a guide there who can radio somebody in faster than you can call 911 and get the dispatch out there and all figured out. They'll get somebody a lot quicker than you can, or your friend. Just an idea. And the number one affected park by employee cuts and funding cuts, Shenandoah National Park in Virginia. Nestled in the Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah is celebrated for its scenic Skyline Drive, which is amazing, by the way. If you've never seen it, you definitely should view it, drive it, see it. Any of the above would be fine. I've never driven it. I only saw it when I was younger with family, but it was amazing. Even then, I loved it. Do I want to drive it? Yes, because it would be an amazing experience to drive. I'm one of those people that has to drive all the really weird, iconic things, you know, or if it's really hard or complicated or just unique or iconic, really. I want to drive it. I want to see it. I don't know. I have to experience. Like getting behind the wheel and driving, it just seems to be a little bit different than just walking it, just standing there and say, yep, no, I want to drive it. I don't know. But yeah, it's a beautiful drive. You should definitely get a chance to if you haven't. And with 15 million employees terminated and an estimated funding cut of about $35 million, 7% of the park's budget, roughly, the park does face significant challenges in maintaining its trails, visitor centers, and interpretive programs. You'll also be looking at shorter visitor hours, diminished trail maintenance, and a strain on educational programs. Local reports have already led to service reductions affecting visitors' experiences during peak times. And when I say peak times, I know it's not the summer, that's really the peak time. I'm meaning weekends, holidays, that sort of thing, from the time it started until now when I publish it. So yeah, there you have it. 1,000 employees laid off, terminated, excused from work, whatever you like to say, with $500 million in funding cuts. This is going to affect your vacation if you go to the national park or if you visit there even for a day. And these cuts are going to impact everything from emergency responses to some guided tours and just general maintenance of the boardwalks and trails. That's what's going to come down to in the end. So what do you guys think? Now that you know all this, are you going to go to national parks? Are you going to maybe take a little extra caution because maybe not everything's going to be up to par? Maybe not everything's going to be maintenance the way it should be. What are you going to do? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and share the video. It really helps out the channel. We want to grow it as much as we can. Please let everyone know that we're here. And as always, thank you for watching and have fun, guys.